One of the features of the 2001 season, Mark Evans, that made for some great racing was Heat 2A and 2B. The winners from 1A and 1B clear to the outside. That meant that Dave Villwock and Miss Budweiser way out in lane 6.
Man, that is a long ways around, too, but as long as you hit your start as hard as you can and as fast as you can, sometimes you can pull it off.
Great start by Jimmy King in the yellow boat. That's Bill Wurster's Lumar window film. Jimmy putting his nose right on the line, but off to his right, a lot of boat speed. He's got Mike Hansen out there in the Sun Harbor Mortgage, our Gold Cup winner, and off in the Rooster Tails, but always a factor, Dave Villwock and Miss Budweiser.
Hey, now I saw Mitch Evans sneak in there in lane 2 and get a good start with that piston-powered boat, and had pretty good position, but look at the guys come around the outside of him. Jimmy King, Mike Hansen, they had quite the speed on him.
The right side of your picture, that's Dr. Ken Muscatel in the U-25, the Silver Dollar Casino, and Steve David off to the right in lane 1 in the Oh Boy Oberto. Look at Mike Hansen flying the Sun Harbor Mortgage, knowing, Mark Evans, that off to his right he has a lot of boat speed, but Villwock running back a little here in Heat 2A.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on the radios with his crewman Larry asking where the Budweiser is, and I'm sure he's gaining on him. But he's worried about the guys on his inside also and just concentrating on keeping that boat on the water.
And this was just about the point that the drivers were notified by the officials that Mike Hansen, Steve David, Jimmy King, and Mitch Evans had all jumped the clock at the start. They got to the line too soon. It meant that Dave Villwock was the first legal starter. Ken Muscatel and the Silver Dollar Casino ended up in second place. Mark Evans had a word with Mike Hansen's team owner.
You guys weren't the fastest qualifier at this race this time. You've been fast all year. The boat's looking great. How's it looking and feeling to you?
I think it looks pretty good considering the circumstances. Saltwater races are always difficult for us, but the boat's got more speed today actually than yesterday, so we're happy with it.
All right. Thank you much.
Great. Thank you.
Now at this point, Mark, the drivers have been told that a bunch of them jumped the gun. The red boat is actually the leader. Villwock, no reason to pass anybody. If he's smart, he lays back a little bit here, and I think that's what he did.
Well, yeah, but when you hear that over the radio, you don't want to believe him. So you want to just keep on hoofing. If you're out front, just make sure you get to the finish line first, then worry about those kind of calls later.
Dave Villwock swinging on to the front straightaway, giving the big crowd on the Fiesta Island side of Mission Bay a good close look at his race boat, knowing that he is leading now by an entire lap over 4 drivers who have been penalized for jumping the gun. We talk about how critical the start is, Mark Evans. A good example here. You got to have your nose on the line, but if you're there too soon, you're actually a lap back, and if you're there too late, everybody leaves you.
That's right, and here we get another look from that low O'Doul's eye in the sky thing, but Muscatel's been pretty happy with this call because he's going to rack up some points and gets him into the final.
A very big moment, an important moment for Ken Muscatel. There's one of the gun jumpers right there, Steve David and the Oh Boy Oberto in lane 1. Steve won the race in Madison when 3 boats jumped the gun ahead of him. This time, they pulled him across as well.
That's right. I was just going to mention that because that can work the other way. You know, if you lay back and just watch your own clock and make your own start, it'll be to your advantage in the long run. But look what happens when a boat comes across into your lane. This makes it tough for getting through the turns, but that's part of racing.
Unlimited hydroplanes at 210 miles per hour are traveling a football field per second, but we ask the driver to put his nose on the line right on time, even with the lanes assigned. You don't have to battle for that. You still have to be there on time. Not an easy job.
It is, and it's quite an art to do that, and that's what you've learned through the limited ranks is your timing to hit those starts full blast. We got that from sailboat racing, and no matter what speeds, it's a tough thing to do.
Sailboat racing at 18, 20 knots, maybe not quite as critical. What happened to Brother Mitch here?
Oh, no, I think the muffler bearing went out again or something to that effect. Poor boat. I'm sure they'll get it back in the race soon, though.
The only piston-powered team left in racing had a pretty good season, though, and Ken Muscatel in his new Silver Dollar Casino U-25 ended up in second place behind only Dave Villwock and Miss Budweiser in Heat 2A.
All right, Dave. Good job. Good start. How far were the rest of them goofballs over the line?
They were over by a couple of bones. I know that Mike Hansen was, but, you know, I couldn't see all the guys to the inside. But
it's always tough to stay back. You know, they're rolling up there, and you've learned this year to stay back and just make your start. Great job.
So, well, I had to just wait and try to hit the timing marks, and luckily it worked out for us. And the boat ran great. Bud Crew did a great job again. Boat ran perfectly.
Okay, good job.
You saw the replay. 4 drivers across the line before the clock hit double zeros. Ken Muscatel right on time.
Hey, Ken, that's what all them years of experience hitting your start pays off this time. Great job on that.
Well, thanks. I mean, I thought they were all early, and boy, I was looking right at the clock. I knew I didn't jump because I was looking right at it as I went across the line, but they were man, I thought everybody was early. But the trouble is when everybody jumps and then they move over, and I ate a lot of water at this turn, but what the heck, I got second place, happy to do it.
All right, great job.
Thanks, man.
Stay with us. We'll look back at the conclusion of yesterday's action. Heat 2B from Mission Bay in San Diego is next.